everybody, Brian and Rachel Goulet here of gouletpens.com, and we are here talking to you about Filofax planners. Now, this is a kind of a new foray for us, and because there's over 100 products we're talking about here, this is really going to be an overview.
So we're carrying 100 products. There's probably 300 or 500 possible Filofax products. We're starting with a popular selection.
Exactly.
This is a bit overwhelming.
So this isn't going to be a full, in-depth, detailed review of every single product. We got a lot of good information on our site. What we really want to cover here is kind of in general, just what is Filofax? What is a selection that we're going to be carrying at Goulet? What are some of the key features that these planners tend to have? And then what's the paper quality like? Because we know for fountain pen users, that's really important. So we're going to try and get all that across in this video today. So let's start out with, why are we carrying Filofax in the first place?
What is Filofax? What is it? So it's an organization system. These are productivity planners. So these are helping you get things done, get organized. They're called organizers for exactly that reason.
Exactly. There's actually a lot of different parts of the fountain or the planner world. There's the pretty planners who like to do the washi tape and make it look really cool. Scrapbooking, yeah, exactly. But we are servicing like the bullet journaling and the getting things done kind of community, and that's where Filofax really kind of shines in terms of the whole scope of the planner world. And there's a big overlap between fountain pens and planner people. And
yeah, I mean, you can do everything on your phone. You're making a conscious decision to put pen to paper and keep your life organized right in front of you. It's a lifestyle thing. And
we actually attended Southeast Planner Con when we went to the Atlanta Pen Show back in April of 2016, and we saw firsthand how vibrant and exciting the planner community is, and actually how much overlap there is in the fountain pen world.
The passion of the fountain pen community, the passion of the planner community, we saw as a good fit. So Filofax as a company has been around since the 1920s, and they basically have been making planners and organizers since the 1920s. They've been around for a while. And
they're kind of the ones that started planners, like planners and organizers.
Kleenex to tissues is like, do you have your Filofax? They're kind of known for that.
Yeah, they've been used in movies and all kinds of stuff for years.
So they're fully customizable to meet all of your needs. So, whether you want to do all to-do lists, or you want to plan out your whole year, or plan every day or every appointment, or doodle or take notes, it's all customizable so you can make it unique to you. And that's what's really cool about it.
So Rachel, you've spent a lot of time learning these, listing them on the site, helping to organize with our photographers and our whole team to learn these. So explain to us kind of what is the offering that we're going to start out with.
So I mentioned we are starting with a sub-selection of everything that's available. So I talked to our rep at Filofax for months trying to figure out what's the most popular, why do people like certain sizes, that sort of thing. So we started with what we believe is going to be the most popular selection. Now, I will say we are open to expanding beyond that, so definitely we want your feedback.
Yeah, we're still learning. We put a lot of effort into learning about this, but we got, like any good business, we have to respond to what are the needs of the community. So we started out with a good selection here that we feel pretty comfortable with, but we are definitely open to receiving feedback.
So we have 6 models that we're starting with, and each of them are available in 2 sizes, the A5 and the personal. So the A5 is a bit bigger, the personal smaller. There is another size out there, the pocket, that's even smaller than the personal. But right now we're starting with A5 and personal. And A5 refers to the size of the paper inside, not necessarily the leather cover. The leather is going to be a bit oversized to accommodate the refill.
That's a great point, yeah.
So there's kind of like 3 price ranges. So starting at the intro range, it's like in the $30 to $60 range. That would be the Domino and the Saffiano. So both of these are not leather, and that's why part of the price point's lower.
Right.
So Domino is kind of the entry. It looks like patent leather, but it's not. It's kind of like a plastic cover. Got some bold colors, some cool patterns. The features are, as far as the cover goes, a bit less. Like you don't have as many pockets and things like that. So it's starting simple. The Saffiano is a leatherette. It's not leather, but it kind of simulates leather.
Yeah, it's kind of a softer feel to it, a little bit squishy, I guess would be a good way to describe it.
Squishy, that works. Some more pockets so you can start carrying your things. The mid-range is about the $70 to $100 range. And we have the Finsbury, which is leather, so that's your introductory leather. It's got a bit of a texture, so I don't even know how to describe it. It's just textured leather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be appropriate.
So then you start getting things like a zippered pouch and more pockets, things like that. And then the original, like literally called the original, that is patent leather. So it's got like a nice shiny gloss finish. Some of them aren't as glossy. Good all-around functionality. That in particular is 100% made in the UK. So it's like truly original to Filofax UK.
All the other planners have like different parts of them that are sourced from different places around the world, but that one is, the original is kind of like the pride and joy, the flagship model, I guess.
Still 100% manufactured in the UK.
Yeah.
Then you have the top of the line in the $100 to $150 price range. So you have Lockwood and Malden. They're pretty similar. They both have really nice, supple leather, like just, it smells like a department store.
So good.
I don't know.
It has leather in it, yeah, sure.
I mean, yeah, well, yeah. I think of leather and I guess not all department stores have leather.
No.
But it's just it feels higher quality. The leather is higher quality. It has higher quality inserts inside. So the first four I mentioned have white paper inserts that are like they're about 70 gram paperweight. The Malden and Lockwood have cotton cream inserts, which are 80 grams, so a little higher quality paper. So that comes with the price. So these are, and they have the nice features and everything. So these are top of line. So all of the organizers have the exact same contents inside. So whichever one you get, it comes with, what we call the guts or the insides.
The innards.
They're all the same between all the different models. So that's part of what you're paying for. You're not just paying for the cover, you're getting basically a starter set of inside. So let's talk about what comes inside.
Absolutely. Well, most of these planners are going to have pen loops in them. Some are going to be elastic straps, some are going to be leather straps. Some of the leather strap ones are a little small, so you'll have to look at the specific specs on our site to see which are going to be best. But definitely the elastic ones are going to fit some of the larger fountain pens.
Elastic pen loop, you can fit all the way up to like a Jinhao 159 or your Mont Blanc or something in there. The leather is anything, I would say, with a pen diameter under 10 millimeters should fit in there. So think like Lamy CP1, Lamy logo, number 2 pencil, something like that would fit. Anything more than that, it's not going to fit. But some of the planners also have a zippered pocket on the inside, so you can stick a couple pens in there in case it doesn't fit in the loop.
Yeah, which of course is zippered pocket. You can stick all kinds of other stuff. You can stick change, you can stick cards, things like that.
A lot of them have a credit card or like a card slots for money holders. So you can stick credit cards or business cards or, your rewards cards or things like that in there. The heart and soul of the organizer is the dated refill. All of them come with a weekly planner. So this is going to have your week across 2 pages. So, Monday through Sunday, because a lot of people start their work week on Monday. So that makes sense. So those come in one format. There are a lot of other formats available. Even your week on 2 pages, maybe you have appointment times, maybe you don't, maybe it's in columns. You can do a month. You can have a daily planner. You can even have a year pull-out. There's a lot of different options you can get separately, but all of the ones in the organizer come with a week across 2 pages. As of this video, we have 2017 inserts inside. So yes, we're in the middle of 2016, but that's kind of how planners work. Generally in the summer, it changes over to the next calendar year. So next summer, we'll then see 2018 and so on and so on. Yeah. We do have 2016 refills available as of this video in limited quantity. So if you are eager to start using your planner, you at least have the option to do that.
So there are contacts inside here as well. So if you want to keep your names, emails, phone numbers, physical addresses, things like that, you can do that.
There are also tabs, so like an index tab, kind of like you have in a binder. So you can divide your organizer into sections, and they're blank or numbered, so you can kind of put stickers over top or do whatever you want, but it gives you a couple to get started with.
There's some multicolored lined paper, which I will say this paper is really not great for fountain pens, but it is kind of neat if you want to use ballpoints or pencils or something like that.
Roll balls.
It allows you to just kind of further categorize certain types of information we want to keep based on the color paper.
And those are assorted. There's several different colors from blue to pink and green and that sort of thing in there. There's also a ruler/page marker, so it's removable, so you can put it anywhere you want, and it serves like a bookmark, but you can also use it as a ruler. Some of them are frosted clear to match the white paper, some are brown to match the cotton cream paper.
If you'd like to actually get things done, there's a to-do list that's available. Of course, you can always bullet journal style it and make your own list, but it has nice little check boxes and things that you can use to organize yourself. There's also a top opening envelope. It's kind of just like an extra storage pouch, so it allows you to put little notes, pieces of paper, money, whatever you want to put in there.
It's semi-transparent, so you can see what's in it. That's helpful. Then each of the organizers finishes with a assortment of graph, lined, and blank paper. So again, white if it matches the white planner, or cotton cream to match the cotton cream planner. So just a little assortment of different paper, so if you decide you like something, you can always buy more of it.
And then one of the really cool things about this is the fact that you can get a hole punch and you can actually make your own refills. So you can use whatever paper you like,
Tomoe River,
Rhodia, you know, whatever like premium kind of fountain pen paper. This was honestly kind of a big reason that we wanted to carry these planners, because it does have a proprietary binder system, you know, the 6-ring binder, but the fact they sell a punch, you can adapt it to use whatever kind of paper that you personally prefer. So that's super nice.
So we mentioned the 6 rings. I mean, that is one of the defining things about Filofax. They all have 6 rings. You know, the different size, they're in different positions. Like the A5, they're a little bit further apart. The personal, they're a little closer together. They're really well built. It's durable. It's going to last for years. There is a warranty on all these, you know, against functional issues, I guess.
And Filofax is kind of known in the planner community as being somewhat of a premium brand. So there are kind of like knockoff Filofax type designs you can get, but the rings especially are one of those things that are kind of what you sacrifice in quality when you get more of a knockoff planner. They're just not going to last as long, but Filofax is kind of like the standard.
And there are lots of other refills available. We have a good assortment on our site. There's even more out there. My personal favorite currently are the illustrated refills. I have the floral one in my Malden, and it's actually a whole set. You get the weekly planner, to-do list, some note paper and stuff. So it's a nice personal touch for me, but there's a lot of other options out there. It's all customizable, and that's what's really cool about it.
So let's talk about the paper, because really that's what matters for fountain pen people, right?
Especially
how is the
for
paper?
fountain pen people.
Yeah. So we will say just right off the bat, when you're talking about planners and paper, usually you're talking about a bit of a sacrifice in paper quality for the use of fountain pen ink.
And that's really for 2 different reasons. One is you got a lot of information you're trying to fit into a notebook that you want to keep fairly lightweight because you're carrying it with you. You also don't want to end up with so many pages that it ends up being like this thick and you're carrying around this giant thing.
You don't want like a Harry Potter, you know, collection size planner or anything.
So planner paper tends to be a little bit thinner so that you can fit more pages, more information in. With the thinner paper, sometimes you have a little more like bleed through or show through or ghosting. So, you know, sometimes planner paper for that reason, it's part of the trade-off in order to have it lighter and thinner.
The other reason is because when you're writing with a planner, usually it's on the go, you're writing quick notes, you're closing it, and you're going on about your day. Most really good fountain pen paper like Rhodia, Clairefontaine, they have, you know, a coating on it that helps to resist fountain pen ink, which is really good, but it extends dry time and it has more of a likelihood of smearing. So that is a major drawback when it comes to using it in a planner. So planner paper tends to be coated less for the sake of having a faster dry time. The byproduct of that is you tend to have a little bit of more of an issue with feathering and bleed through. So kind of a caveat there to say planners in general tend to have more of an issue with see-through and feathering and bleeding. So this is not like, let me use all of the normal fountain pen ink and paper combinations that I would do. It's not quite going to be that way.
You're going to have to experiment a little bit. What we have found, generally speaking, these are all very generalities, staying towards the extra fine and the fine nibs, they restrict how much ink you're putting down on the paper, which restricts how much then it's spreading, and it'll help it perform better. If you're using your flex nibs or your stubs, your like really wet italics,
you're asking for trouble pretty much.
It could be done, you might not be as satisfied with how it looks on the page.
And in general, you know, you're talking about the spacing and stuff on some of these planners, it's going to be smaller anyway, so extra fine and fine nibs are going to feel more natural. And then as far as the ink goes, the ink is kind of weird. We've done some experimentation here. I mean, sticking with like your traditional like low feathering inks like Noodler's Black, Heart of Darkness, things that like are really well known. X-Feather, yeah, things that are really well known for resisting feathering. Pilot Orochizuku has been really good. We found that like on some of the paper, inks are really kind of hit or miss. We're still learning and trying to figure out what really works best.
This is actually great for you guys to let us know what you found works or doesn't work for you, so we can help to share some of that information.
Yeah, and
we'd love to hear from you if you've been using it for a while, what you find works for you or doesn't.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about the paper real quick. I alluded to this earlier. So there's white and there's cotton cream. So the lower priced organizers come with the white already in them. Those have 70 gram paper. The nicer, the Malden, the Lockwood, the more premium organizers come with cotton cream, which is more of like an ivory color. It's a soft, a little more yellow than white. Those are 80 gram. So they are a little better behaved for fountain pens. They're just a little bit thicker and that sort of thing. Now, when you get to all the other refills, you have to read the technical specs. Generally, the white are 70 gram, the cotton cream are 80, some are 90 gram, which is pretty cool. The illustrated refills that just came out this year that I'm using, those are 80 gram. So you just really have to read the technical specs because they vary.
So definitely check out these planners, and there's a lot more on gouletpens.com. Specifically, check out the pictures and the detailed specs under the technical specs tab on each of the product pages. Our team has taken a tremendous amount of time. Our photographers, Sarah and Whitney, have done a great job. Jenny is doing a phenomenal job cutting this video together because we've mentioned a zillion products. And then Rachel has done a really good job of putting it together as far as like all the product information and the website, and our whole team has spent a ton of time to try to learn it. So definitely check out as much information you can on specific products there, and then you can always ask our team with follow-up questions. We also have a lot of other bloggers that we've connected to who are in the planner community that really have known these products for a longer time than we have. So we wanted to point out some of them who are great resources.
There's a lot of great videos on YouTube, especially how to use the organizer, what their systems are, how they decorate it.
You can find a lot of inspiration and great ideas for how to really use these things and customize them. Specifically, Ms. Vicky B on YouTube, she's a great fan of ours. Got to meet her in person. That was really cool. Definitely check out My Purpley Life as well.
Especially if you like purple.
If you like purple. Corey the Reset Girl, so check her out. Mommy Lay is another great resource. And then Boho Berry is a great resource, especially for like bullet journaling, productivity stuff, and then the Well-Appointed Desk on a Reinert. So.
And there's lots more out there. You just start clicking around on YouTube, you'll find tons of great bloggers who've spent a lot of their time putting some resources together. So definitely check those out.
Yep, and so hopefully this has given you a good introduction to Filofax here. So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Check us out on Instagram and see what else we're up to. Check out our website, and if you have any questions, be sure to leave some comments. Thanks so much, and right on.